And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for tonight's ballgame. For the Plano Wildcats, leading off, center fielder number 15, Mitchell Hanson. Left fielder number 6, A.J. Louie. Designated hitter number 1, Cody Farhat. Batting fourth, right fielder number 5, Brett Hudson. Batting fifth, first baseman number 21, Quinn Waterbury. Batting sixth, pitcher number 7, Graham Welch. Batting seventh, second baseman number 14, Reese Allen. Batting eighth, shortstop number 3, Austin Cooks. Batting ninth, third baseman number 12, Chris Cloud. And catching tonight for the Wildcats, number 27, Garrett Moss. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the rest of the Plano Wildcats. The Wildcats are led by head coach Rick Robertson, assistant coaches Rick Freeman. And now, for your first run, number 1, Saxon Love. Number 3, Dalton Sutton. Number 4, Jack Cushing. Number 7, Garrett Clark. Number 8, Alex Jackson. Number 11, Josh Greensmore. Number 13, Cooper Renfro. Number 15, Kyle Grayson. Number 16, Scott Mason. Number 18, Jimmy Bowen. Number 19, Drew Jackson. Number 20, Alex Albright. Number 21, Devin House. Number 27, Michael Colorado. And now, for the starting lineup, Leading off, in left field, number 5, Jack Diggle. Batting second, third baseman, number 9, Raymond Fincher. Catching tonight, batting third, number 17, Matt Bernstein. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 14, Ashton Eastman. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 28, Patrick Comet. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 2, Nick Minor. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 25, Bryce Barclay. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 22, Michael Wheeler. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 10, Brian Neff. And on the mound tonight, for the Marauders, number 12, Ethan Nichols. The Marauders are led by head coach Jeff Sherman, assistant coaches Kevin Williamson, Casey Baker, and Josh Buell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the cheese ride, and welcome Haley Scroggins. Haley is a senior at Marcus High School. She's a Marcus Marquette, member of the choir in an a cappella group, Fusion. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Scroggins.
Can you see by the dawn's so proudly hailed as the twilight whose and bright star through the perilous the ramparts to us were so gallantly seen. As rockets irregular, the bumpers came through the night, battle blackness through. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free in the home of the brave.
Thank you, Haley. Ladies and gentlemen, please, the third ball game.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
And welcome. And welcome into Marauder Field in Flower Mound, Texas. It's the Marcus Marauders and the Plano Wildcats. Marcus comes in with an 18-5 record, 12-3 in District 6A, and they sit in second place, wrapping it up for the most part for the season. Flower Mound clinched the district title. Tonight, it is senior night here at Marauder Field. Ethan Nichols will be on the bump. Matt Bernstein behind the plate. Down at third, it's Brendan Venter. The shortstop is Ryan Neff. The second baseman, Michael Wheeler, and Patrick Kometz over at first. Left field, Jack Digman. Center field, Nick Miner. Right field, Bryce Verplank. And the DH tonight is number 14, Ashton Easley. So the left-hander, Ethan Nichols, will face the Plano Wildcats here as we are about to get underway. Alongside Kevin Sparkman, Doug Branch. Mitchell Hansen will step in for the Plano Wildcats. Plano comes in with a 7-7 district record. Right now they sit in the 4th qualifying spot in the playoffs, so this is a very big game for them. Nichols from the wine. Here's the pitch. Shot towards shortstop. 1 pitch, 1 out. Ryan Neff with a line out to retire Hansen. And A.J. Liu will step to the plate for the Plano Wildcats. Wearing what I affectionately call the softball mask. Normally you just see the girls rolling with that, but tonight he will. Gorgeous night here at Marauder Field. Nichols, 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Third one hit into right field. This is going to get down in front of Verplank, who's hustling, but he will not get there in time, and it's a Texas League base hit for the number 2 hole hitter, A.J. Liu. So Nichols has surrendered his first hit of the game here in the top of the first inning. Saying gorgeous night. Flag in center field is dead down the pole. Wind is just barely moving out of the north. Absolutely gorgeous day today in Flower Mound. For those of you who have been building your arcs, take a little time away from it. For the next 5 days, it should be sunny. Nichols to the plate, hit hard, single left field. Dignam's got it. He'll bring it into the shortstop, Neff. And 2 runners on here in the top of the first for the Plano Wildcats. Nichols headed to the Air Force Academy up in Colorado Springs to continue his baseball talents. Top of the first inning, 2 men on, 1 out. Curveball hits him. That'll load the bases. I must say, we saw earlier in the year Brendan Venner get hit a couple of times and not get awarded the base for not trying to get out of the way. And I can tell you what, there was no attempt right there to get out of the way of that curveball. But hit by pitch, and the bases are chucked. Hudspeth down at first. Farhat, who singled, is at second. And down at third, A.J. Liu, who also singled. Nichols working behind here. Shot down the line and foul. Gets ahead in the count. From the stretch, pitch, outside corner, looks good, but he just misses. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on the number 5 hole hitter, Quinn Waterbury. Nichols will deal. Misses up high as Bernstein tries to frame it into the zone, and he's behind in the count now, 2 balls and a strike. Bases are loaded, nowhere to put the 5 hole hitter, Quinn Waterbury. Here's the pitch from Nichols. Fastball, throws it right by him. Evens the count at 2-2. Senior night went off without a hitch here earlier in the evening. Started at 6:45. They finished it up around 7:15. This game time scheduled to start at 8 o'clock, and it was, for the most part, on time. But the delay has put Ethan Nichols in a little bit of a bind here. Fouled off at the plate, and Waterbury stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases are loaded. We'll see if Nichols can induce the double play ball. Infield playing straight away, but up the middle, they are at double play depth. Nichols will stare and get the sign from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hit towards second. Wheeler's got it. He'll throw on to second off his knees. Oh, an unfortunate. Neff not able to make the turn, but what a nice play at second base by Michael Wheeler to keep that from heading to the outfield. And there's 2 outs now, runners on the corners. If Neff doesn't bobble that at second, he's got a chance to turn the double play and keep the 0, the goose egg, up on the board for the Marauders, but not the case. First pitch misses. Men on the corners. Nichols looks in. Got the sign. Shot first. Oh, Kometz. What a play. Saves a run, maybe 2. Senior Patrick Kometz sticks the glove out and stabs it. 2 unassisted. We are through the top half of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 runner left on. We head to the bottom of the first, where it'll be Jack Dignam, Brendan Venter, and Matt Bernstein next here on CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media. In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Back at Marauder Field for the bottom of the first inning. Marauders trail it by 1 to nothing, as Plano was able to push across 1 run in the top of the first. Coming up for Marcus in the bottom of the first is Jack Dignam, the left fielder. It's Brendan Venter, the third baseman, and the catcher, Matt Bernstein. Alongside Kevin Sparkman, Doug Branch, here on CSR TV.
Leading off for the Marauders, left fielder number 5, Jack Dignam.
Pitcher for the Plano East, or Plano Wildcats, excuse me. I don't know why I said Plano East. I knew better. Is Mr. Welch. That would be Graham Welch. His battery mate behind the plate is not hitting, but is listed in the lineup. That would be Garrett Moss. First pitch misses to the leadoff hitter, Jack Dignam. Opportunity on senior night for Coach Jeff Sherman to take a look at some of his seniors that if this team is going to make a deep run are going to be have to be able to come in and contribute. Dignam, a left-hander against the left-hander Welch. Fastball right down 24.99 for a strike. Runs the count to 2 balls and a strike on the Marcus left fielder. Three hops over to the second baseman. He'll flip it to first, and they're there just in time to get Dignam. That almost took a funny hop off the collar and made a tough play for the second baseman Reese Allen, but he's able to come up with it and flip it on to Quinn Waterbury for the first out of the inning. It'll go down 4-3 on the putout. Brendan Venter, powerful hitting third baseman, will step in for the Marauders. And remember, when he's at the plate, one swing of the bat can tie a game. Throw him that inside curveball and watch where it ends up. Here's the pitch. Fastball called strike. So Welch not afraid to throw to the Marcus big man. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Caught him inside, nubs it back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws on to first, and Venter is retired. 1-3. Couple of easy at-bats so far for Welch, as Matt Bernstein will come to the plate. Bernstein headed to Texas Tech University, will be a Red Raider in the fall.
Now batting the catcher, number 17, Matt Bernstein.
Bernstein will dig in from the right side. Pitch is way up high. Left-hander throws this one in the dirt, and Bernstein is ahead 2 balls and no strikes in the count. Welch will deal from the left side. Here's the pitch. Misses up high, 3 balls and no strikes. Will Jeff Sherman give him the green light here on what should be a fat pitch right down the center of the plate from Welch? And he misses. 4-pitch walk for Matt Bernstein. Marcus has their first runner on of the game tonight here in the bottom of the first. Ashton Easley, the DH, will come to the plate. And Kyle Gracie will run for the catcher, Matt Bernstein.
Number 15, Kyle Gracie. And play for the Marauders. The designated hitter, number 14, Ashton Easley.
Speed at first in the person of Kyle Gracie. Gets a healthy lead on the left-hander Welch. Have not seen his move tonight. Maybe we will here. He'll come home. Curveball drops in for a called strike on Ashton Easley. So where he was unable to throw a strike, Welch against Matt Bernstein. First pitch is a strike against Easley, and he's ahead in the count. 0-1. Throw to first. Almost gets away from the first baseman. Quinn Waterbury. Gracie with another big lead. He'll come home with the pitch down low in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1 on the designated hitter, Ashton Easley. Welch throws out of the stretch, whether there's runners on board or not, and he almost throws another one away. Fairly deliberate with the 2 pickoff moves he has made. That may not be his best move, but Gracie's got that one read. Welch to the belt. Going to first, caught him. Gracie's history, he's erased. So we got a runner on, but he's erased on the pickoff. It went 3-6, just like that. Easley will have a new count when we come back for the bottom of the second inning. But before that, top of the second, it'll be the pitcher, Graham Welch, Reese Allen, and then Austin Tops for the Plano Wildcats here on Champion Sports Radio.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz. Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Connor Allen will step in for the Plano Wildcats here in the top of the second inning. They lead it 1-0. Check that. That should be Welsh, shouldn't it? I got my scoring wrong then. Graham was the last out in the last inning. Is that right? Yeah, Graham Welch. Okay, I'm good. All right. Swing. And it gets through Matt Bernstein, and on the strikeout, run down to first, we'll put Reese Allen on.
Now batting shortstop number 3, Austin Stewart.
That was certainly uncharacteristic of Matt Bernstein to let one get between his legs. Throw to first by Nichols. Allen back in easily. Nichols to the belt. Here's the pitch. Popped up. First baseman not going to get there. It'll be foul. As Kometz held the bag, Nichols was on his way to try and make a play, but couldn't get there in time. No balls and a strike. On the 8-hole hitter, Austin Tukes, the shortstop for the Plano Wildcats. Nichols will look in, got the sign. Tukes squares to bunt. Nichols will go to first. A reminder, Raising Cane's prides itself on being a great community sponsor with the schools and organizations that are within the communities we serve. We are proud supporters of Marcus Baseball. Come see us at our new location in Flower Mound, 3205 Justin Road, right behind Lowe's. Throw over to first. Kometz gets through his glove and on to second base. On the error is Allen, who now has benefited from a couple of Marauder errors to get to second. Nichols to the plate. They'll square again. Throw back to second. They got him. Wow, Matt Bernstein wasn't even close. What an arm from the senior catcher. That's just, for a team that's in the fourth spot at 7-7 and up by a run against the number 2 team in the district. Yeah, what was that? Fouled off at the plate. They'll do it again. just misses with the fastball on the outside corner. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Austin Toops. Base hit to left field by Toops. Might have played it a run right there, so remember that play. The pickoff at second base by Bernstein could end up being huge. Chris, rain on your parade cloud, stepping in. Shot towards first. Kometz. Oh, he gets it. Way out. Double play. Makes up for it right there. We head to the bottom of the second. Kometz has made 3 outs by himself in 2 innings. Athletic as can be. Back in a moment on CSR TV.
Communicating information connects your business. Transporting information is our business. Over 20 years.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShockboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
The DH Ashton Easley back in as he lines one down the line. Fair ball. This will go. He'll turn the corner. Headed to second is Easley. Got his jets on, and he'll pull up there with a stand-up double. Easley was given another opportunity to swing the bat, and he takes big-time advantage of it. With a double down the left field line, and just like that, the Marauders are in scoring position with Patrick Kometz coming to the plate, who just ended the inning, the last inning, half inning, by himself with a great double play, a diving to his right on a line drive. Snares the basket or the ball with the basket of his glove and steps on first base and ends the inning for the Marauders. Now he's got a chance to try and tie this game up. Fastball called strike. Kometz was key last year, coming in as a pinch hitter for this Marauder team in their playoff run. Fake throw to second, easily chased back in by the pitcher Welch. Seemed like every time he came to the plate, he was able to get his bat on the ball and find a hole. Infield playing, for the most part, straight up. Here's the pitch, up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Marauder first baseman. Senior night here at Marauder Field. They say Chamber of Commerce Day, but it is a better than Chamber of Commerce night. Curveball misses inside. Kometz ahead in the count. 2 balls and a strike. He'll dig back in from the right side against the left-hander, Graham Welch. Marauders trail by a run. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off right side, out of play. Runs the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Nick Minor.
Guess it'd help if I turned my mute back off, wouldn't it? No wonder I couldn't hear myself. Guess I'll have to read that again. Although you could probably hear me on the crowd mic. Didn't realize I had accidentally muted myself. Locker Room Sports is a proud sponsor of Marcus High School baseball. Locker Room provides custom uniform and high-end equipment for all your baseball and sporting good needs. Locker Room is located at 1565 West Main Street, Suite 102 in Louisville, or you can visit them on Facebook or on the web at lrssportswear.com. That one went over the air. Easily squares around, or check that, Minor squares around. Pitcher Welch releases, it goes high, and Minor, ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out on the Komet strikeout. Easley, who I keep wanting to talk about, is down at second with a easy stand-up double down the left field line. In scoring position, a little surprised that Coach Jeff Sherman hasn't got him moving here. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. They got him caught if they can get the throw there quick enough, and he's in. High tag down at third base allows the fielder's choice to go unsuccessful, as Minor will reach on that fielder's choice and Easley moves up to third. Nice job of running by Easley as he broke right on the hit. Had he not, he's probably dead to rights at third base. And now senior right fielder Bryce Verplank has got a chance to tie this game or put the Marauders ahead. Verplank headed to Oklahoma State University. Will be a Cowboy in the fall. What? By the way, a Marauder is kind of a cowboy, isn't he? A musketeer. Here's a shot deep center field. This will at least score the run, as Easley will tag and score easily. Easley scores easily. And Verplank with the bomb to center field has tied this game up at 1. Give the RBI to Bryce Verplank on the fly out to center field. But a productive at-bat as we're now tied.
Now batting second baseman number 22, Michael Wheeler.
Michael Wheeler will step in. Wheeler coming off another nice basketball season for the Marauders. Won a state championship as a freshman with a guy by the name of Marcus Smart and Phil Ford. Yeah, Marcus Smart with the Boston Celtics. 2 years away from being here at Marcus High School. No, they didn't name the school after him. Although he's probably got enough money to pay for naming rights now. Wheeler takes a called strike. Throw to first. Close play. They're going to call him out. Minor is gunned down. The ball's on the ground. Whoa. The ball was on the ground. Now he's safe. As Josh Fuel is pointing out that the player did not even catch the baseball. The first baseman, Waterbury, dropped it. The umpire rings him up at first base, and then Josh Fuel, well, let's just say somebody put a light to the fuel because he came unglued down there, pointing at the ball on the ground. Then the umpire called time and said, "My bad, boys. He's safe." Too bad Harry Carey's not here tonight. That would have been an interesting call. Curveball misses way up high out of the hand of Graham Welch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wheeler. Two outs. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, fouled off at the plate as they had the hit and run on. That's a ball and 2 strikes on the Marauder second baseman Michael Wheeler. Wheeler primarily used as a pinch runner, but has come in and done an admirable job at second base. Takes the ball down low. There's a ball thrown into center field, but the shortstop is paying attention, so no harm, no foul. But, boy, that eerily similar to a Hebron Hawk game where they couldn't throw the ball back to the plate to save their lives or to the mound. There must have been five unforced errors. Throw to first. Back easily is Nick Miner. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, one run across. Bryce Verplank with an RBI. Throw to first. Miner back in. I got to believe they won't get him again. If so, got to believe Jeff Sherman would not be happy. Here's the pitch. Wheeler right back to the pitcher. Fields and throws out Wheeler, so it'll go down 1-3 on the putout. But a run scores on a Bryce Verplank RBI sacrifice fly. We head to the top of the third inning. We're tied at 1 here in Flower Mound. Back in a moment on CSR TV.
4-3-1-0-5-3.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Doug Branch, Kevin Sparkman from Marauder Field. In Flower Mound, Ethan Nichols on the bump for the Marauders as we're in the top of the third inning, tied at 1. First pitch. Misses inside. Nichols behind in the count, a ball and no strikes. Here's the left-hander's offering. This one's teed off the end of the bat. Nichols will pick it up and throw on to Kometz at first for the first out here in the top of the third. A.J. Liu will come to the plate for Plano East, or Plano.
A.J. Liu.
Liu singled and scored in the first inning on a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch from Nichols. Outside corner, called strike. If he gets that pitch, he's going to be tough the rest of the night. Misses inside, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. A family tradition serving Flower Mound since 1985. We offer rehearsal dinner, birthday, and catering packages. Salerno's, true taste, true Italian. Also visit our sister restaurant, Bistecca, an Italian steakhouse in Highland Village specializing in steaks, seafood, and much more. A 4-star adventure. Those are Salerno Italian restaurants. Ball and 2 strikes Nichols, curveball, tries to backdoor the right-handed hitter and misses. It runs the count even to 2-2. One out. We're in the top of the third inning, tied at 1. The number 4 team in District 6-6A, a playoff qualifier if it were to start today. Plano needs this victory. Here's a shot up the middle. Ness got it. He'll throw on to first. What a play from Ryan. Oh, they call him safe. Ryan Neff makes a spectacular play up the middle, just not able to get the big stretch out of Kometz, and an infield hit for A.J. Liu, who now is 2 for 2 in this game. Slid on the right leg and came up through a shot to first base, but just not in time. And now Ethan Nichols has got to deal with Cody Farhat, who also singled back in the first. Throw to first, and Liu is back. Nichols offering, curveball. Oh, gets the back door. Nice frame job by Matt Bernstein. I call him how he is. Never hurts to have a catcher that knows how to pull the pigskin back, or the leather, I guess. It's not pigskin, is it? Why do they call it pigskin if it's cowhide in football? I never thought about that. Why is it called pigskin? Come on, Kometz, you're a smart guy. Google that. All right, you Google. I'm talking. Oh, we've got our Googlers. Off-speed pitch, called strike. No balls, 2 strikes, or at least that's what it says on the DH, Cody Farhart. Farhat. Timeout at the plate called by Farhat. Actually, that's Graham Welch at the plate. What am I saying? Oh, it is number 1. Sorry, I was looking at the position player. I'm trying to mess us all up. No, fans, I'm paying attention. Shot down the line, foul. Normally, Kometz would be all over that one. If it were fair, he would have been. The cerebralness of the swimsuit model, Patrick Kometz. Large lead at first. Will Nichols go? Coming to the plate. Shot into the gap for Plank on his horse. He's going to have to, he takes a bad angle. Gets past him. He'll make the throw into second. They'll hold. And a stand-up double for Farhat. This is pretty much how it went. Repete, s'il vous plaît, in inning number 1. Now we have 2 runners on, 1 out here in the top of the third. Bernstein stood up like he was going to try to call a pitch out right there, but the pitch came right down the middle, and Farhat deposited it into right field. I don't know that Verplank would have had a play at second base even if he would have taken the proper angle. It was well hit. But certainly a strong arm got it back into the infield, kept the runner from first from scoring. Down low, Bernstein digs it out of the dirt. Nichols behind in the count. 1 ball and no strikes on the right fielder, Brett Hudspeth. From the stretch. Peek towards second. Nichols will come home. Fastball hit towards third. Venter can't make the play. Plano will plate 1 run as they will hold at third. And Nichols continues to get tagged by the top of this order. 3 hits in a row, and Plano answers the Marcus run in the bottom of the second with 1 of their own here in the top of the third. Bernstein will make the defensive call. Quinn Waterbury will step in for the Wildcats. Wildcats are in white pants with a kind of grayish trimmed in maroon shirt. Bernstein tries to frame that one up. Can't help the pitcher who misses on the outside corner. Up the middle infield is at double play depth. Wheeler and Neff. How long will head coach Jeff Sherman stay with this defensive lineup? Nichols. Fastball. Got it. Called strike outside corner. Count runs even to 1-1. One out. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Hit towards first. Kometz is going to try and turn two. They've got one. Got two. Kometz with another nice defensive play. And they only give up 1 run. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. 3 hits, a run scored, 1 man left on. For the Marauders, it will be Ryan Neff, and then back to the top of the lineup, Jack Digman and Brendan Venter when we return on CSR TV.
A 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number one cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Ryan Neff, the shortstop, will step in for the Marauders in the 9 hole. And then we head back to the top of the lineup. Jack Dignam and Brendan Venter. Here's the pitch from Welch. Bunted foul into the screen, back towards us. 2-1, Plano Wildcat lead over your Marcus Marauders. Running the camera out front, Kevin Sparkman. Pitch. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or did he call that a strike? Oh, 1-1. All right. Curveball up high. 2 balls and a strike on the shortstop, Ryan Neff. You don't have a pencil sharpener, do you? Fouled off, evens the count at 2-2. No outs. We're in the top of the, or check that, bottom of the 3rd inning. Welch will deliver. Foul tip, caught at the plate, strikeout of Ryan Neff. We go back to the top of the order. Jack Dignam.
Now that is left over, number 5, Jack Dignam.
Up high with the off-speed pitch to Dignam, who's ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Up high again, 2-0 count now on Dignam. He was erased 4-3 in the first inning. Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Flower Mound is your community hospital. The hospital is ranked number 1 as best place to work by Modern Healthcare in 2013 and voted the best place to have a baby in Denton County by Child's Magazine. Texas Health Flower Mound is fully equipped emergency rooms with state-of-the-art diagnostic technology and on-site labs. The facility is a full-service facility as ball 3 is issued to Jack Dignam. They provide high-tech, cutting-edge care. Texas Health Flower Mound is committed to taking care of the needs for you and your family. To find out more information about the facility and to find a physician, go to www.texashealthflowermound.com. 3 balls and a strike on Dignam. Fouls it off of the plate, off the catcher's shoulder, and that was a stinger. Count runs full, 3-2 on the Marauder left fielder. And now the clean plate will be cleaned off again. Three and two on the leadoff hitter, Dignam. Marauders need to get a run across to tie this one up, trailing 2-1. Here's the pitch. I'm not actually sure what that. It hit the bat and then I guess went off the catcher's shin guards down the first base or third base line. Somebody yelled, "Got him." Don't know who. Don't know why. Don't care. 3-2 count. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Walked in. Ball 4, and Dignam is on with a base on balls. Brendan Venter grounded out to the pitcher in the top of the first. Base hit in the gap. Could score Venter, or Dignam, excuse me. Venter's had a lot of big hits for this Marauder team this year. See if he can do it again on senior night. Down in the dirt. Venter ahead in the count. A ball and no strikes. Dignam down at first on the free pass. Or in NASCAR, they call it the lucky dog. Quick throw to first. Dignam back in, and wow, the first baseman does an acrobatic roll over the top of Dignam to even come up with that ball. Otherwise, he's standing on third base. Did a snap throw without even moving his feet. Graham Welch to the plate. Venter checks up. Called strike. 1-1. I don't know what it is, but this game seems to be just going at like a really slow pace. So slow that I'm almost through all the commercials and we're in the third inning. Throw over to first by Welch. And Dignam is back in. Welch to the plate. Oh, ripped down the line. This will go for 2. Here comes Dignam. He's going to hold him at second. No, it won't. It'll go for 1 as the left fielder expedites himself to the baseball and gets it back into the infield, and that is A.J. Liu. So Venter with a base hit. Now 2 men on for the Marauders here in the third with 1 out.
Now that is the catcher, number 17, Matt Bernstein.
Bernstein walked and then was erased on a pickoff of Kyle Gracie in the first. Bernstein very selective at the plate. Couple of ducks on the pond. One out. Bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. He'll bunt. Fouls it off at the plate. If that's a sacrifice, he really needs to make sure he gets that one down. But not to be the case, as he's down in the count now. No balls and a strike. Bernstein headed to Texas Tech. Welch in the dirt gets away from the catcher, and he's able to keep it in front of him and chase Dignam back to the base. Throw to the first. Venter scurries back in. A valuable property in Monopoly, Venter Avenue. Third baseman for the Marauders. High Jello. Matt Bernstein fouls it off as Alex Trebek next to me is asking me trivia questions. Hey, wait. You can't stump a branch. Get it? Oh, my God. That was too funny. Stump a branch. Get it? Where's Harry Carey when I need him? Curveball. Bernstein protects. Fouls it off. And we'll do the 1-2 count all over again. One out. On deck is the cleanup hitter, Ashton Easley. As Jeff Sherman fiddles with his lineup again. Trying to find what's going to be perfect for the playoffs. Pitch from Welch, down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Marauder catcher, Matt Bernstein. Welch will look in for the sign. 2-2 count, 1 out. Bottom of the third, runners at first and second. Here's a pitch. One more time. This one fouled straight back. Bernstein is definitely on that pitch. He just needs to barrel it up. Two and 2 count. Welch has got his sign. Coming to the plate. Bernstein nubs this one off one more time down the line. Foul. He's staying alive. Nice at bat from the senior catcher for the Marauders. Matt, weekend at Bernie's Bernstein. Seems like he's been out there for a weekend. And he's going to stay a little while longer as he got the extended checkout from Hilton Honors. And as that happens, the housekeeping crew will come out to the mound. While they do that, let's pay a bill. Communicating information connects your business. Transporting information is our business. For over 20 years, Able Communications has helped businesses connect with commerce by providing secure and reliable solutions for their communication needs. Let us help you stay connected. Able Communications, connecting companies, connecting you. Rapid Med Urgent Care Center in Highland Village provides Southern Denton County families with state-of-the-art emergency medical care right in your neighborhood. From checkups to broken bones, school vaccinations, sports physicals, and more. You can count on Rapid Med for all your medical needs. Rapid Med is a proud It's not is a proud. How about Rapid Med is proud to provide the latest in concussion management through the IMPACT program in partnership with Texas Health Sports Network. Rapid Med Urgent Care Center is dedicated to providing you with quality care quickly. Visit www.rapidmed.com. 2-2's the count, 1 out. Bernstein at the plate. Been out there for about 25 pitches. This one he hits into right field down the line. It'll score 1. It may score 2. Bernstein drags it around to first. He's going to second. Ventnor into third. They'll bring him home. Throws coming to the plate. Not in time. And it's a stand-up triple for Matt Bernstein, who clears the bases. Somebody get out the oxygen for Brendan Ventnor. He's about to pass out heading into the dugout. Bernstein, what a great at bat, and then he triples down the line.
Now that is the designated hitter, number 14, Ashton Easton.
And just like that, one hit, and the Marauders lead it 3-2. I give Bernstein the triple as Coach Sherman never stopped him coming around second, even though there was no throw. Easley hits it up the middle, base hit. Oh, the shortstop got there. Throws on and he got him at first. What a play. I thought it was through. Austin Toops lays out. Looked like the ball had gotten under his glove, but Easley will get the RBI on the sacrifice as he's put out 6-3 on a really nice play by Austin Toops. But the Marauders have put across 3 and now lead at 4-2. Patrick Kometz called strike. Kometz was a strikeout victim in the second inning. Fouls it off the tip of the bat. And Dad says bat's broken and he heads over to switch out. How do you break a metal bat? Really? Watch. Here comes, I'm going to call it, the Kometz home run right here. Using somebody else's bat that they will not get back. Pitch. Outside. Ball and 2 strikes. On Patrick Kometz, who's going to go to school where? Don't know yet. Undecided. You know you got to send that money in by tomorrow. Up the middle, pitcher makes a nice play, finds the ball in his left hand, throws on to first, and Kometz is retired 1-3. So they're turning the tables on him. He keeps playing good defense on Plano, and Plano plays good defense on him. We head to the top of the 4th. The Marauders are able to chase 3 across. They lead it 4-2. Back in a moment, it'll be Graham Welch, Reese Allen, and Austin Tops for the Plano Wildcats when we return here on CSR TV.
Tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
We head to the top of the 4th inning alongside Kevin Sparkman, Doug Branch from Marauder Field, where the Marcus Marauders have taken the lead against the visiting Plano Wildcats 4-2. The pitcher, Graham Welch, will step in from the left-hand side against the left-hander, Ethan Nichols. Nichols has not been as sharp as we have seen him this season, but he continues to get through the innings with good defensive play behind him in the person of Patrick Kometz. And then a nice double play with the assist from Ryan Neff. Here's a shot, left field. This is deep. Verplank looks up and gone. Home run surrendered to the pitcher, Graham Welch. No wind, and he takes it out to right field. As soon as that left the bat, you could tell Verplank was going to have trouble. Does himself a favor right there. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first home run that Ethan Nichols has surrendered this year. And just like that, once again, Plano answers. Jeff Sherman heads out to the mound to talk to his senior left-hander. And we'll let you know that Raising Cane's prides itself on being a great community partner with the schools and organizations that are within the communities they serve. They are proud supporters of Marcus Baseball. Come see them at their location in Flower Mound, 3205 Justin Road, right behind Lau's. Trying to get David House's attention, but apparently he's down there in his own world. Raising Cane's right behind Lau's. All right, Sherman's going to stay with the senior left-hander. Now stepping in, Reese Allen, the second baseman. Nichols with the fastball to get ahead in the count. No balls and a strike. I thought his name was Reese Allen. Well, who said Reese? When you announced him at the beginning of the game, you said call him Reese. All right, well, then I've been corrected. Hits it, hopping towards Wheeler. Wheeler on to first. Easy, 4-3 putout. 2 outs in the inning. Nope, check that. 1 out in the inning. So it's Connor Allen. Corner. That's how they say it in Boston. Corner. Corner. Austin Toops made an outstanding defensive play to save a run for the Plano Wildcats. Shortstop steps in. Nichols misses with the outside fastball that tails away from the right-hander. 1 ball, no strikes on Toops. Graham Welch, the pitcher, leads off the inning with a bomb to right field. Nichols misses for the second time in this sequence against Toops. Three balls in a row to the shortstop. Austin Toops from Ethan Nichols. Whatever head coach Jeff Sherman told Ethan Nichols, it did not last long. 4-ball walk. Good thing is the home run came with bases empty. If there's ever a good thing about a home run for the opposition.
Now batting third baseman, number 12, Chris Cloud.
Chris Raining Cloud. Throw to first. Back in safely is Austin Toops, who reached on the walk. I got to come up with something with Cloud. Yeah, we don't want to hear Rain Cloud. I know, well, but that's what it is. I'm telling you. Oh, he thinks he got hit. Oh, he doesn't sell it. Doesn't sell it well enough. He'd have put his hand up and like, ow. Yeah, for those of you who took a break today from building the ark, Welcome to the sun here in Flower Mound. Nichols to the plate. Fastball, tails back in for a strike. 1-1 now on the batter, Cloud. How about Chris Silvercloud? Since he's wearing kind of a silver shirt. Towards first, Kometz will grab it foul. A ball and 2 strikes now on Cloud, the number 9 hitter. Apparently somebody's feeding a baby in front of me. I'm getting commentary. Throw on to first. And Cloud is back. I better turn this down. I'm not sure what's coming next. Goodness. It might be a dirty diaper. Nichols is going to throw home as time was called. Again, the game seems to be rolling along at a snail's pace. Nichols from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Curveball just misses. Bernstein wanted that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter, who grounded out hard to the first baseman, Kometz, in the second. Nichols looks to first. He'll come home. Fouled off. Full count now on the batter, Chris Cloud. Oh, you're right. They do count as a strike, don't they? Been a long day for me. Sorry. 2-2 is the count. Runner goes. Bernstein throws to nobody. Neff gets there late. And the batter was called out on strikes. So a looking strikeout puts 2 outs, but the runner moves up on the stolen base. Tom Toops. And back to the top of the order, and Mitch Hansen. His name is Mitchell, but I'm shortening to Mitch because that's all I can write in my scorebook. If you've got a complaint, Hansen family, well, call me and tell me. Here's a pitch from Nichols. Curveball, strike. Wow. Okay. Apparently the umpire thinks this game is moving along rather slowly, too. Now everything's a strike. To the benefit of the Marauders right now. Nichols goes to second base with his move. No throw, and the runner's back. Toops. Toops, the shortstop for the Wildcats. Very familiar with that part of the diamond. Neff will work in behind, now run away. Outside corner, called strike with the fastball. No balls, 2 strikes on the center fielder, Mitchell Hansen. Left-hander against left-hander. Nichols will deal. Swinging, missed it. Bernstein, he goes inside. Kometz is there, and they get the put out. Strike him out, throw him out. 4 outs in the inning, and that's plenty. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Marauders hanging on to a 4-3 lead. Back in a moment with more Marcus Marauder Baseball on CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Wait for it.
Take me out to the ball game.
I think that's Chase Atkins. Chase Atkins.
Nick Miner will step in for the Marauders here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Misses on the first offering. Does Welch the pitcher to Nick Miner. You're pushing it real good. Fouled off, right side out of play. Evens the count at 1-1 on the center fielder, Nick Miner. Apparently that kid Owls is back. I set you up. I was wondering if you would take the fake. I did. I teed that up as good as I could. Doug Branch alongside Kevin Sparkman from Marauder Field in Flower Mound here on CSR TV. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 count on the batter, Nick Miner. Playing center field tonight. Graham Welch on the mound. Welch just homered. Oh, here's a shot. Say hello to my little friend. Welch sticks the glove out and robs Nick Miner of a base hit. I'm not sure if that was just reaction. He just kind of flipped the glove out there to protect himself and caught the ball.
Now batting right fielder, number 25, Bryce Verplank.
Bryce Verplank, the right fielder, will step in. Verplank flied out to center field, deep center field, was able to chase across a run, pick himself up an RBI. Here's the pitch. Shot down the line, just foul. Error on the Riverboat Gambler, who's not able to come up with it in the third base coaching box, which, you know, I've never really paid attention, but you guys don't line your coaching box. Is that so that you can't be called that you're in a coaching box? Interesting. Right. Verplank holds off on the high off-speed pitch, evens the count at 1-1 strike. Had a chance to talk to his grandfather earlier tonight. Played 2 years at the University of Texas, played in the College World Series those 2 years. 15 players on the roster. Now, oh, here's a shot left field. This is deep. And it's caught at the warning track. I thought he had gotten a little bit more of that one, but a long fly ball out for Verplank. Two outs now here in the bottom of the fourth. His grandfather played at the University of Texas in 1950 and 51. 15 players. I thought there's 15 pitchers now on a roster, let alone just 15 players. They played in the College World Series. He said they faced Arizona State. So apparently Arizona State apparently was a very good baseball team, and they have been for a long time, as has my alma mater, the University of Texas, although they're struggling a little this year with a 23-22 record, if you can call 500 struggling. Pitch looked down low to Wheeler, but it's a called strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Michael Wheeler grounded out to the pitcher in the second. Yeah, the Rangers would love to be 23-22. Shot. Caught. Reached out and caught by the second baseman. So Wheeler retired on the little Texas leaguer. And the Marauders go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We head to the top of the fifth. Plano will send to the plate A.J. Liu, Cody Farhat, and Brett Hudspeth. That's when we come back here on CSR TV.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek. The simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
A.J. Liu is 2 for 2 tonight against Ethan Nichols, but he will not get a chance to face him again as Ashton Easley is on the pitch. Easley, who had an outstanding outing for the Marauders last time I was here. 12 strikeouts, only gave up a run, took a no-hitter into the 7th. But so far, 0 for 2 in strikes as he's behind in the count to A.J. Liu. Easley misses again. 3 pitches, 3 balls from Ashton Easley. Fastball called strike. 3-1 now on the hitter, A.J. Liu. He's reached twice on singles. The DH Farhat will come to the plate now as Liu is 3 for 3 and reaching base, this time on a walk.
Now batting designated hitter, number 1, Tony Farhat.
Did not have a chance to talk much with head coach Jeff Sherman before the game, so I'm not aware of the fact that this is not a game that Marcus can lose and not really have any implication in it, although you don't want to lose any games if you can help it. But I'm being told it won't hurt. Marauders going with the senior lineup on senior night. Easley to the plate, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on the DH Farhat. You know, if you just change a vowel and a consonant, it could be Foghat, a famous band from back in my day. But we can't do that. Throw to first. Ooh, Kometz almost gets the tag down on the foot very quickly on Liu. Matt Bernstein going for his second backdoor pickoff of the night, but not successful this time. Farhat digs in. Easley on the mound in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball way up in the air. Venter is going to range under it. He's got room. And he'll one-handed squeeze it. Nice play by the third baseman. We have 1 out now here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting right fielder, number 5, Brett Hudspeth.
Hudspeth will step in from the right side. Plano trailing by a run. Don't know if there's any other action. I got to assume that everybody's playing tonight because of the rain out last night. See if we can get some scores from around the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers would say. Well, Easley to the plate, up high, misses. Throw to first. One more time, snap tag by Kometz, not in time. Richland and Trinity are in the bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 9. There's a pitcher's duel for you. I believe there are implications there. If Richland can knock off Trinity, it would put Colleyville Heritage in the top spot in District 7 6A. So you got to believe a lot of Panthers cheering for the Richland Rebels tonight. Easily fouled off at the plate. 2-2 is now the count. On the hitter, Brett Hudspeth. Hudspeth grounded out to the shortstop. Actually, check that. He was grounded out to 4-6. Fielder's choice in the first. And then he was part of a double play. Here's a shot. Ventnor fields off his shoulder, throws on to first, and gets Hudspeth. Nice job by the senior third baseman to stay with the play and record the out. 5-3 on the putout. 2 outs now, and a runner moves on to second base on the fielder's play to first. And it's Quinn Waterbury, the first baseman. Coppell leads Haltom City 9-1. Coppell quietly putting together a really nice season in District 7 6A. Easley gets a called strike on the first pitch. From the stretch, he'll look in. Runner at second is Lou. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Wow. And that thing had some serious movement on it. Call that Niagara as it fell right off the table. I love her laugh. I can't tell if she's laughing because it's funny or because I'm goofy. Backdoor curveball. Yeah, both. All right, fair enough. What was your name again? Cassie. Cassie here humoring me in the press box as all the geezers just smile and don't say anything. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Easily. Swing and a miss. And he's out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Marcus still staked to a 4-3 lead. When we come back, it'll be Ryan Neff. Then back to the top of the order, Jack Dignam and Brendan Venter here on CSR TV.
Such pleasure. Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Getting born in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a copper and the mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she was...
Connor Bernard is on to pitch for the Plano Wildcats. Drew Jackson will come to the plate for the Marauders here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jackson, a senior, getting in on senior night. A starter earlier in the season, DHing. Jackson will pinch hit right here for Ryan Neff. First pitch, called strike. Going to Pensacola State. Shot. in the gap. Shortstop's over, makes a throw to first, and they'll get him. Got a lot of that one, but a better play by Toops, Austin Toops, as he backhands it and throws on to first to get Jackson. Kyle Gracie now steps in for Jack Dignam.
Now batting for the Marauders, number 15, Kyle Gracie.
Gracie, the lanky right-hander, runs well. Here's the pitch. Fouls off the first one, out of play, right-hand side, down in the count. 0-1. Gracie was picked off running for Matt Bernstein in the top of the first. Here comes the pitch. Outside, evens the count at 1-1. Bernard on the mound, Moss behind the plate for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch. This one's driven right side. And that killed the Owl. Who? I'll tell you what, those lights down on that tree in right field look really pretty. I'm not sure why they light up the tree, but hey, what the hey. Gracie, drive, left field. Left fielder back at the warning track, and he's able to run this one down. Just a hair short of where Brightsburg Blank hit it. Gracie gives it a ride to no avail, and there's 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 5th. And Brendan Venter comes to the plate. Now, if he gets a hold of one like that, even on a night like tonight, the big man can send it over the yellow stripe. Here's the pitch from Bernard inside on Venter. Tried to jam him up, but Venter didn't offer at it. Venter ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. From the windup, here's the pitch. Curveball, smack down the third base line, but foul to the left of head coach Jeff Sherman. Tell you what, hasn't had much opportunity to wind that right arm tonight. Going to have to reset the clock. 1-1 count on Venter. Nubs it off. Has a chance to beat it out. Shortstop boots it. He makes the outstanding play, but the random up the middle slow roller not able to come up with Austin Toops. Do we give him a hit or an error? Error. But he didn't touch the ball. Kidding. E6 puts Venter on board. And Matt Bernstein, who tripled, and right now has the game-winning hit. As it plated Dignam and Venter. Venter had to go on the ventilator after scoring from first base. The big man chugging it out. I wish I would have had a picture of Sherman because you know he had a big smile on his face as he kept winding that right arm. Keep on running, Big B. Keep on running. Yeah, there you go. Bernstein, they won't play him down the line. Had a great at bat. This time they're going to be more careful with him. 2 balls and no strikes on the Marauder catcher. Defense is set. Lou in left, Hanson in center, Hudspeth in right. Around the infield, it's Cloud, Toops, Allen, and Waterbury. The battery is Bernard and Moss. At the plate, Matt Bernstein, the catcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Not sure that's what he was looking for. 2 balls and a strike on Matt Bernstein. Venter with a 2-step lead. Pitch. Doesn't chase this one. Same pitch. 3-1 now on the Marauder catcher. Headed to Lubbock. Tell you what. Play baseball in Lubbock. You're either going to get a lot of dirt in your eyes or play on a turf field. One or the other. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. Never been to their stadium, so I don't know which it is, but I would assume they have turf. It is turf. All right, confirmation. Ashton Easley will come to the plate for the Marauders. Had someone tell me recently that when they lived in Lubbock, they left to go to church one day, a dirt storm rolled in, and when they got home, they had about an inch of dirt in their house because they had left their windows open by mistake. If you're out in Lubbock, always keep your windows closed. Really. Promise you. Excuse me? And turn your cups upside down in the cabinet. Do we have a pitching change here, or is this a visit to the mound? Well, while they do that, let's tell you that Raising Cane's prides itself on being a great community partner with schools and organizations that are within the schools or the communities they serve. They are proud supporters of Marcus Baseball. Come and see them at their location in Flower Mound, 3205 Justin Road, right behind Lowe's. No battery change here as the Plano head coach will head back. Alex Jackson is going to run for Bernstein down at first. 2 outs, Easley at the plate. Now the pitcher of record. Bernard to the plate, throws it wide right. And Venter, and Jackson move up 90 feet apiece. So 180-foot pass ball. And the pitcher will get a new one as if it was the ball's fault. Bernard will head back to the rubber. Trailing by a run, and they decide to just put Easley on. To face Josh Ringsdorf. Now, if you were around last year, playoff time, this guy always seemed to come up with a clutch hit. Has not seen as many at-bat opportunities. Jeff Sherman walking down the line, and they're going to run for the pitcher, Ashton Easley. That's number 1. He's lump. He's in my head. Saxon Lump. Isn't that the song? Isn't that it? He's lump, he's in my head. Lump lives alone in a boogie marsh. I don't remember. Oh, of America. That's right. President of the United States of America. To the Obamas. Shot. And another great play by the second baseman to rob Ringsdorf of a hit. The hairless one not able to come up with the dinker into right field, and that'll end the inning. We head to the top of the 6th inning. For Plano, it'll be Cameron Welch, Connor Allen, and Austin Toops when we come back on CSR TV.
Issues can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schroff, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number 1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Ashton Easley on for inning number 2 of work. 1-1 count on the opposing starting pitcher, who's already homered tonight. for the Plano Wildcats, Cameron Welch, or check that, Graham Welch. Welch hit a rocket over the right field fence and was looking to get another one right there. But now Ashton Easley's ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes, and an opportunity for Jeff Sherman to get some more work for Ashton Easley as Michael Pilato, one of the Rock pitchers from last season's run to the playoffs, had Tommy John surgery today. Obviously, he will be out for the playoffs, and there's an inside slider that Welch is called out on strikes. Looking. And Connor Allen will step in for the Plano Wildcats, who trail it 4-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Senior night festivities caused this game to start late at 8 o'clock, so that's why we are still on here, as we are 16 minutes away from the top of the hour and 10 o'clock, which means I'm going to miss the news tonight. In the dirt, misses. 2 balls and no strikes on Connor Allen. Got a really nice trivia question that I got from Bob Verplank, Bryce's grandfather. Can you tell me the player that replaced Shoeless Joe Jackson in the White Sox lineup when he was thrown out of Major League Baseball for cheating? Text that or check that. Tweet that to @Deckerdoo, DECKERDOO. And the first person who gets it right, I'll mention them on the radio. I don't have any. You can get mentioned, yes. Everybody can win. Everyone can win here at Marauder Field as Easley issues a walk to Connor Allen. So the question was, who is the player that replaced Shoeless Joe Jackson in the White Sox lineup? Here's a ball popped up right side. Verplank closing on it. Looks like he's got room, and he makes the catch. Foul ball, or was it a fair ball? Foul ball caught by Verplank. So a foul out to the right fielder. It was amazing. Verplank worked himself into the conversation. It was his grandfather that gave me the question. Anyone who's got it. You can cheat. You can look on Google. You can do whatever you'd like. He replaced Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Chicago White Sox lineup. We'll give you another 12 seconds. I'm kidding. Siri doesn't know how to spell shoeless. It's a girl's phone. You'd have to say shirtless. Shirtless Joe Jackson. 1-1 the count on the hitter, and that would be Chris Cloud. Jackson. Oh, I can't. That would give it away. I will say that he is from Texas. And another hint is, no, he is from Texas. And another hint is, his name is on a field here in Texas. Pitch from Easley, swing and a miss by Chris Cloud. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Plano Wildcat third baseman. Easley down low. Bernstein gets away. He'll throw to second. Has a chance to get him. Yeah. Bernstein cuts down the runner. So Cloud will be up when we get to the top of the 7th, but for right now, the runner's erased at second base on a 2-6 putout. Nice throw. 2 putouts now for Bernstein at second. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm not even going to guess who we're going to see. It should be Nick Miner, but we'll find out when we get back on CSR TV.
5, supporters of Marcus Space.
Winning.
Come see us in Flower Mound, 3205 Justin Road, right behind Lowe's.
April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schroff, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number one cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Nick Miner makes his way to the plate for the Marauders here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And it looks like it will be Bryce Verplank. And Miner takes a little chin music. High pitch. He's ahead in the count, but almost lost a couple of chiclets for it. You know those Mexican gum chiclets, little chiclet gum? They look like teeth. That's why they say that, chiclets. All right, I'm going to give you another clue. His first name was Bibb. Here's a floater to second. Easy out. And Nick Miner's retired for the second time tonight. Bryce Verplank got an RBI sacrifice fly. On deck is number 7. Did it say Clark? I thought Cushing was 7. Oh, they got him written down twice. Garrett Clark will be up next, regardless of what Verplank does. Takes a pitch inside, evens the count at 1-1 on the Marauder right fielder. All right, nobody on Twitter yet has come up with the answer. Sounds like Top Gun. I'm looking. Maybe I should tweet it out to the Twitter universe. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a typewriter? And you haven't seen Top Gun? Three and one. And Verplank draws the walk. Garrett Clark will step in.
Number 7, Garrett Clark.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. All right, I won't tell you. You do. You get till the end of the game, I guess. Verplank is going to be, well, no, wait a second. I thought he was going to be sub 4. Yes, he will be. And in to run is number 20.
Now running at first base for the Marauders, number 20,
Alex Albright. Maybe we should nickname him Alex LED Albright. LED, get it? LED Albright. Stretch it. His name is Bibb Falk.
And the field at the University of Texas is named after him. He's one of, name one school that in their history has only had 4 coaches. And their history is extremely long. Yes. There was a guy named Dish, a guy named Falk, a guy named Gustafson, and now a guy named Garrido. So Dish Falk Field. It was Bib Falk who took over for Shoeless Joe Jackson. So I was told. I'm certainly not the highest authority. It might not be, but that's what I'm going with because that's what Bob Verplank told me. Big Bob, former Texas Longhorn great. In the dirt, throw down to second, not in time as Albright got a great jump. And in Verplank's spot, he will make it down to second base. Garrett Clark at the plate. In for Michael Wheeler. One ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Down at second. It's Albright. Bernard to the belt. Here's a pitch. Down low, misses. 2-2 this count. Five minutes from the top of the hour and the witching hour of 10 o'clock. Yeah, that game didn't even go into the 7th inning until 10 o'clock and finished at, what, midnight? What'd you say? You were still young then? Oh, I thought you said you were still young then. Dang. One day and she's an old woman. Fouled off at the plate. Clark stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, there's a song. Empty, running on, running high, running under the sun. Yeah, I'm running for fun. I don't know, but let them sing it, right? Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Clark. We've got Ryan Neff headed back to his spot in the lineup.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Ryan Neff.
'Runner down at second base is Alex Albright. Wouldn't hurt to have a 2-out run here. Neff into right center field. Right fielders camping underneath it, and he will squeeze it for the 3rd out of the inning. So we head to the top of the 7th inning. Marauders still lead it by a run, 4-3. Due up for Plano, it'll be Cloud. Then back to the top of the order, and guys that we've had trouble getting out, Hanson and Lou. That's next year on CSR. You're listening to Marcus Marauder Baseball on Champion Sports Radio and Television. Did I say next year? Oh, well.
About the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow at Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media. In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Two quick strikes. And a slight impalement. Here's the hit. Down to Ringsdorf. Bobbles it at first. Throws on, and they got him. Easily doing a good job of covering. And the first out is recorded here in the top of the seventh. That was Davis hitting for Cloud. Easily deals down low, misses. Hansen from the left side. Struck out, lined out, and grounded out to the pitcher. Here's a shot center field. Minor ranging back to his right, and he'll track it down for out number 2. So now the guy that we haven't been able to get out, A.J. Liu. So in lieu of a better joke, we'll just let it go as it is. I say easily gets him right here. Anybody want to take wagering on that? Oh, wait, sorry, it's high school athletics. No wagering or gambling, right? Friendly. Behind in the count already is Ashton Easley, who misses with the first pitch. Look, there's still things to give away, and they won't have time. Yeah, Canes coupons. Hey, those are good. Strike. Oh! What was that, Blue? I called it a strike up here, and the umpire did not agree. Apparently, he can see better than I can. Easley deals. That's a strike. Répétez, s'il vous plaît. Marauders lead by a run. Down to their last out is Plano. Fouled off and now down to their last strike. Did that almost get that lady? She's lump. She's lump. She's lump. She's in our head. Here's the pitch. Curveball just misses on the inside. Had it fooled. I've not prognosticated much tonight, but I was hoping to get that call. Although I called somebody for a home run earlier and they didn't hit it. 3-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Easley. Down low, walked him. And the tying run is on at first with Cody Farhat. Headed to the plate with the ball. Hands it off to the umpire. Makes his way to the left side of the first base line, which would be the right-handed batter's box. Line's all gone at the plate now. You can pretty much stand anywhere you want. Easley will deal. Hit him. And he didn't even move out of the way. He stood there and took it. Now a couple of runners on with 2 outs. And the cleanup hitter, Brett Hudspeth. Hudspeth has worn the collar tonight. A 4-6 put out. Hit into a double play and then grounded out to Brendan Venter in the 5th. And here comes the pitching coach, Williamson. Coach Willie headed to the mound. I think we've paid all of our bills. Anybody got a good joke? Shoeless Joe Jackson was walking down the street. Okay. Okay. Bib Folk. And I'm not going anywhere else with that name. And that's it for Coach Willie. He's taking himself out of the game. Easily with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Oh, hit deep. Center field. Nick Miner ranging back, coming forward. Did he catch that? No, he dropped it. And we're tied. A routine fly ball in and out of the glove of Nick Miner, and we are tied at 4. Goodness gracious. Got a little lackadaisical on that one, and it cost the Marauders a run. We're tied now at 4. Let's hope this doesn't turn into a Flower Mountain game that goes another 7 innings. Easily. High on the outside for a ball. Well, if there's any more seniors that have not played, they'll get another opportunity. Plano has been given a fresh breath of life on the error by Easley. Get right to him. Easily, or check that Miner. Easily trying to overthrow now. Misses again down low. Do have a place to put this batter if need be. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss on Waterbury. Two balls and a strike. Easily deals. Inside corner fastball, called strike. I would say one more and the game's over, but the Marauders are going to have to bat in the bottom of the 7th for the first time in quite some time here at home. Well, I guess not quite too far, but we won't get into that. Foul back to the net. Do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 5th, 6th, 7th. We'll get it right in a moment. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So it'll take the bottom of the 7th for the Marauders to win it. I recall a bottom of the 7th walk-off home run at one point this year. Let's see if we can repeat that. Back in a moment on CSR TV with the, bottom of the 7th inning.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
state of Mississippi. Papa was a copper and the mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she was swinging a hammer. Price you gotta pay when you break the panorama. She never knew that there was anything more than gold. What in the world does your company take me for? Black bandana, sweet Louisiana, robbing on a bank in the state of Indiana. She's a runner, rebel and a stunner. On the mirror way saying, baby, what you gonna? Looking down the barrel of a...
We head to the bottom of the seventh inning. Jack Dagnum up for the Marauders. Sorry, I don't normally get to play into the song that long.
Had to enjoy that one. I may just play music the rest of the time. Too much for me to think about what commercials I played. Fastball catches the corner on Dignam. Marauders need a runner. And quickly, as I'm starting to fall asleep. Ball up in the air. Third baseman ranging under it in foul territory. Catches it in fair territory. And out, Jack Dignam with the pop out to the third baseman. Brendan Venter.
Now that is third baseman, number 9, Brendan Venter.
And we talked about it before we went away. One swing owed to bat. He's done it before. I'm going to start wagering. I've got $1 says he can do it again. He holds up. No, they ring him up on that. Commentary coming from the press box. He was looking at his phone. He's still looking at his phone. He's texting his wife, I'm not coming home. Missed down low, evens the count at 1-1 on Venter, who could turn on a nice, easy curveball and send us to the showers quickly. Oh, I got way too much money. This is way, way up. Shortstop's going to take it, call off the third baseman, and he makes the play. Yeah, the distance was high, though, the arc. It looked like the St. Louis Arch. Pop up to 6. Matt Bernstein will step up for the Marauders now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. I'm going to send a bill to Ashton or to Nick Miner for my extra time. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Send him an invoice for the extra innings. Yeah. Here's the pitch. Base, no. Second baseman ranges over, makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. We head to extra innings. Top of the 8th when we come back on CSR TV. Back for extra innings here. Free radio on Champion Sports TV. How'd that sound? Pretty good, huh? I am. You know, if we stay up till 11 o'clock, I might be able to get the fake Harry Carey on. Let me text him real fast and see if I can get it. Or we can get the fake Pat Summerall. Normally he only does football, but I may be able to talk him into a little baseball. I'm Pat Summerall. Was that you, Pat? It was me, Pat Summerall. 2 pitches, 1 ball, 1 strike. On Graham Welch, who's homered. He easily works way outside with the curveball, 2 balls and a strike. Have the Rangers lost yet? Well, there you go. They did. Swing and a miss. I get too excited about that, don't I? Two and 2 count on the starting pitcher, not pitching now, Graham Cracker Welch. Or he could be Graham Cracker Welch Grape Jelly. Here's the pitch from Easley. Flared off left-hand side. This is the first ball that's going to find its way into the dugout. Now, if Venter were about 4 feet taller, he might have been able to jump up and get that on the roof. But not the case. Or if he had a 38-inch vertical. Anything else? And the fastball misses up high, and the free pass is issued to Graham Welch. Free baseball tonight here at Marauder Field. Maybe we can get them to fire the grill back up and have a midnight snack. Bunt. Bernstein on to first. Got him. Ringsdorf crosses the bag to make the play. I'm not that sure how you draw it up, but it was effective as now Plano has a runner down at second with 1 out. Execution by Toops. Or that was actually Connor Allen with the sack bunt. So runner in scoring position is Welch. And Austin Toops comes to the plate. He's walked, singled, and popped out. And he pops out again as long as the play is made. Wheeler underneath gives way to Nick Miner, who squeezes this one. And there's now 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Last time it was Davis, but Cloud has returned back in this time to bat for himself. Davis grounded out to the first baseman in his pinch hitting role. Fouled off left side. Listen for windows. There they are. From Marauder Field in Flower Mound, it's the Flower Mound Marcus Marauders against the Plano Senior High Wildcats. Curveball, backdoor, just missed. Ashton Easley trying to rain on Cloud's parade. Swing and a miss. Katie got a trivia question for you. Who replaced Shoeless Joe Jackson in the Chicago White Sox lineup when he was erased from Major League Baseball for cheating? This came from your father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, I guess. Bib Falk, from former coach of the University of Texas. I know. It was a great. He told me all. I asked it. Nobody could get it. It was the Stump the Quit trivia question tonight. Is this Bob? Bob. So it was Bob, Grandpa Bob. Nice to see you. Nice job on senior night tonight. Congratulations to your son. Down low, throw behind. They got him again. Oh. I'll tell you what, I would have liked to see Neff put the knee down and block the bag right there. I used to do that when I played, and guys got mad because they'd come back in and all of a sudden their hand would stop. Of course, the umpire can call you for obstruction if you block it way before the ball gets there, but usually it's a bang-bang play. So 2 runners on now. Here's the pitch. Curveball. They'll throw one more time. This time, not quite as close. Weekend at Bernie, Matt Bernstein, getting a nice workout. Wouldn't that be funny if he actually did the dance if he got a hit? The Weekend at Bernie dance. Fastball fouled off right side, out of play. This one is going to make its way into the Marauder hitting cage. 2 outs, 2 runners on. No balls and a strike on the hitter. And the board is wrong. 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes on Mitch Hansen. Wow. Beasley from the stretch outside. Gets away from Bernstein. Both runners advance. Bernstein reached for it instead of blocking it, hit off the heel of the glove and got far enough away that now another one like that could cost the Marauders a run. Easily up in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Flared into left field. Dignam coming on, squeezes it for the 3rd out. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're tied at 4. You're watching on CSR TV.
Never made it up to Minnesota. North Dakota man with a gun for the quota. Down in the Badlands, she was saving the best for last. It only hurts when I laugh.
Pitcher Ashton Easley at the plate for the Marauders. Sees the first pitch go wide and outside. Easley can help himself right here with a big hit. Here's the pitch. Up, second baseman looking over his shoulder. The right fielder's going to camp underneath it and squeeze it for the out. First of the inning, Ashton Easley retired on the fly out to right field. Josh Ringsdorf will come to the plate now for the Marauders.
first place is the number 11, John Ringsdorf.
And would it be apropos if Ringsdorf were to reach and then Nick Miner were to end the game with a base hit? What does apropos mean, by the way? Okay, great. It just sounded like it fit there. I've heard other people use it. I certainly don't have the education to know properly how to use it, but it sounded good. It's a French word? Oui. So. That's what they call the kid over in Plano. Kansikumsa Jamabo. Yeah, he is a convict. Yeah. Tell you what, kids out there, if you're listening, sign a big-time 4-year scholarship at a big university. You know, don't run from the police. I just, it's the best advice I can give you. They were giving advice tonight. My advice is don't ever run from the police. If you're running from the police, yeah, well, into left field, Ringsdorf. Left fielder is underneath. Second out of the inning recorded. And Nick Miner has a chance to hit a walk-off inside the park home run. I know. Got 2 home runs on the season.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Nick Miner.
I guess this would be apropos if he were able to hit one out here. And this one is a fastball in the dirt, dug out by Moss. Isn't that Spanish, Moss? For more? Doesn't matter if it's... Oh, he waited on that. He wanted it to hit him. That'd be the way to do it. Steal second and have Verplank single you home. Miner with the 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, shot into center field. Does this get over the center fielder's head? It does! Oh, he trips at first base. Would have had a stand-up triple. And they're going to say he didn't touch first base. Go to third now. Go to third. Go to third, son. I think Coach Fuel tripped him. Well, I'll tell you what, that could have been real interesting. He would have legged a triple out there easily. And then a pass ball could end this game. Now, can Verplank come up with one of the bigger hits of the season to get this game back in Marauderville? David House takes a swing at the first pitch, fouls it off on the right-hand side. Wow. You might have to leave, young lady. Here's a pitch to Verplank. Swings, fouls it off the plate. Base hit would end it. Can Verplank get the hit? He's got an RBI. This could be a GWH. One pitch away, but he's got 2 strikes on him. Look for something off speed right here. This should not be in the zone to even be hittable. Catcher way outside. Swings and misses. And we head to the 9th. Tied at 4 on CSR TV.
a thing. The week ends, the week begins. She thinks we look at each other, wondering what the other is thinking, but we never say a thing. And these crimes between us grow deeper. Take these chances, place them in the box until they quiet the time. Lights down, you up and down. Goes to visit his mommy. She feeds him well, his concerns he forgets them and remembers being strong.
We head to the top of the ninth inning. Jimmy Glowanke on to pitch for the Marauders. And it's the guy we can't seem to get out. 2 hits, 2 walks. A.J. Liu up to the plate. Glowanke spins, fires, strike one. Glowanke has sat this entire game, so he's fresh, ready to go, and he's got the pedal on the gas. No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Just misses on the inside corner. Somebody just killed a chicken. Here's the pitch. Curveball. What a nice pitch from Glowanke. Tell you what, Coach Jeff Sherman's got some arms he can go to. It'd be interesting to see some of these guys throw earlier in games, but nice to know that you can bring them out of the pen. 1-2 count. Fastball, 3 hops to the shortstop. Throw on to first. Neff got him. As Lou has been retired and doesn't like it, he finds himself all the way down by the right field fence. Nice play by Ryan Neff across to Ringsdorf.
Now batting the designated hitter,
Cody
number 1,
Farhat.
Cody Farhat.
I just chuckle when I say that. Just want to remind you, Shep is with me tonight. You get the super comfy. Now I'm getting relegated to my upstairs bedroom. While I'm speaking, I've got a son at home sick, so there you go. Gotta love it. Here's the pitch. Down low. 1-1 count on Farhat. Farhat. David, do you have to Farhat? Nice play by Neff. He's 2 for 2. 6-3 on the putout. Ryan Neff continues to just vacuum up golf balls. Oh, wait, those are baseballs. Vacuum up baseballs at second. No, that's shortstop. They look like golf balls from here. They're so little when they come out of off the bat. Brett Hudspeth up against Glowanke. Down low, misses. Behind in the count now. A ball and no strikes. Gosh, we could have been home and in a warm bed right now. Nick Miner. Strike on the outside corner. Glowanke continuing to throw BBs. 1-1. We are in the top of the ninth, tied at 4. Oh, got him right on the arm. Glowanke backs off the mound as if, sorry about that, pal. No harm, no foul. I should have been a poet, didn't know it. Get that? Sorry about that, pal, no foul.
Now batting first baseman, number 21, Quinn Waterbury.
I believe that is the second hit by pitch by a Marcus pitcher tonight. Ahoui. How do you spell that? A-H-O-U-I. Shot to first, gets by Ringsdorf. Runner's going to go to third. Verplank comes up throwing, and he throws a strike over there, but not in time. Runners are now at the corners. And it's Graham Welch who's homered tonight already. So Glowinski has been touched for a hit after he hit a batter. Nice crowd still on hand here as the pack continues to play. Welch will step in from the left side. Base hit would put Plano ahead. Glowinski from the stretch. Curveball, what a pitch. Boy, he disguises that one nicely. And he gets ahead of the opposing starter. Flared towards the shortstop. Neff's going to do it all by himself. He records all 3 outs. No runs across. We head to the bottom of the 9th where the Marauders have a chance to win it. Coming up, it'll be the number 8, number 9, and back to the top of the order. Who knows who it'll be? We'll find out when we come back on CSR TV.
Lights down, you up and higher. Driving along this highway, all these cars end up on the sidewalk. People in every direction. No words exchanged, no time to exchange. When all the little lamps are marching, red and black and are waving. They all do it the same. They all do it the same way.
Back to the bottom of the 9th inning. Nah, we only play 7, but it's senior night. We're going to play a couple more. And since it rains so much around here, you don't get much opportunity to play, so you might as well take advantage of the good weather. So we roll on here from Marauder Field. Michael Wheeler up at the plate, the Marauder second baseman. Predictable as he is the number 8 hitter. Takes a first pitch ball. Strike on the outside corner. Just want to remind the umpires that every inning we go farther, they make less money. There's outside. Wheeler with plus speed. If he can get on base, would Sherman just try to steal him or move him along with the bunt off the bat of Ryan Neff, who is due up next? Pitch to Wheeler. Fakes the bunt. Pitch comes high. He's got a really nice count now. A hitter's count, 3-1. Neff was back in. He was back in for the last of that. Oh, was he? Here's the pitch to Wheeler, inside. And Michael Wheeler is aboard with Ryan Neff coming to the plate. Wheeler with plus speed. And the catcher, Moss, will go out and talk to his pitcher, Bernard.
Now batting for the Marauders, shortstop, number 10, Ryan Neff.
We've hit the 10:38 mark. Maybe the computer will stop because it doesn't have enough storage space for this. 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Didn't offer at it. Ball one. Good job by Neff. Get this down. You got to get it towards the first base line and make the pitcher field it. So Wheeler reaches with a walk. Weeches. Stop making fun of me. He reaches with a walk. It's Elmo Fudd. I could do my best Elmo Fudd. He reaches with a walk. Neff gets it down. Oh, what a nice bunt. He may beat this one out. He's got a good... He does! He's safe at first. And he even lost his footing. What a nice bunt from Ryan Neff. And now runners at first and second, no outs. And Jack Dignam and the umpire, or check that, coach for Plano is coming out. Are we going to have a pitching change? The coach took the ball. Well, we'll stay right here and enjoy the coverage on the mound. Nice tight shot from our cameraman. And we're not going to have a change. Looks like the coach is going to... Oh, no. They're going to play in. They're going to play in. Now, in this situation, I think it would be real interesting to go with a double steal. See if you can get him to throw a ball away down the third baseline.
Now batting for the Marauders, left fielder, number 5, Jack Dignam.
Dignam is up. So I guess, does that go as a hit or would it be a sacrifice with a fielder's choice? Hit. All right, we'll give him a single. The generous scoring here. Nice bunt. Nobody covering third. Bobbles it. Safe at first. They call him safe again. Goodness, now bases are loaded. Do you suicide squeeze here with the big man up? All he's got to do is get the ball to the outfield, and we're done. Does Coach Jeff Sherman learn a little something about his team tonight? They can bunt. So 2 bunt singles in a row. Bases chucked. And guess what, folks? No outs. And the big man, Brennan Venter, up at the plate with a chance to end this one with a base hit or a deep drive, which he is more than capable of. Infield is in. Takes his 380 average and moves it up to about 490. By the way, does he have a 380 average? I just made that up. 333. So we'll call it 333 to 490. Adds a good 150 to 200 points to your shot. This will do it. Wheeler's going to come home. Throw to the plate. They hold him. And that won't do it. One out now here in the bottom of the ninth. Bernstein will get his chance.
Now batting the pitcher, number 17, Matt Bernstein.
Well, I have to say, I think Coach Sherman made the right call by holding him there at third. That was a big-time throw from the center fielder, Mitch Hansen. Might have been close. Wheeler's pretty quick, but you know what? You still got one more out to play with, so see if Matt Bernstein can get a ball out there as they move the defense back, and it almost goes through the catcher to the backstop. 5-hole, he'd have pulled his best Kari Lettinen. No balls, or 1 ball and no strikes on Bernstein, who's already got a triple and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Up high. He's squeezing it a little bit tighter now. I'm talking about the ball. Bernstein digs in. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. 2 balls and a strike on the Marauder catcher. Hey. I'd bunt the ball down the first baseline and take my chance at scoring. Bernstein calls time at the plate. All you got to do is make sure they can't make a play at the plate because they're not going to get a double play. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a pitch. Bernstein swinging a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on the Marauder catcher. Had a great at-bat earlier in the game, was able to leg out a triple that scored 2 runs. Runners need to get a good jump here. You do not want to get a double play ball. With the infield playing shallow, they should be able to get that. Here's the pitch. Hit. Oh, and Wheeler leaves the bag early. 2 outs now. Bases loaded. And Easley's got a chance now. Wheeler took off a hair early. Not sure if Sherman had yelled go, and he recalled him, but not a chance to try and score there as 2 balls in a row have been hit shallow. Ashton Easley, I'll tell you what, if I'm Ashton Easley, I'm all over the plate right here, making this guy have to throw strikes and wear one. I would be all hanging on top of the plate. He's away from the plate. So he is not doing that, but down low and blocked. I can't tell if the pitcher, it looks like he's almost throwing a knuckleball, but the ball's not knuckling the way that he comes out of his hand. It must be his changeup. Coming up 14 minutes away from midnight on the East Coast. Had you guys thinking there for a second, didn't I? Come on, Ashton Easley. A ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 2. Wouldn't it be apropos to win with a walk? Text me at, or tweet me at Deckerdoo if you can tell me what apropos means. That was not in my dictionary at Texas, even though I did take French. Here's the pitch. Outside. Oh, called strike. Two balls and a strike on Easley, the DH. Oh, thank you, Senor Commence. Oui? Who? Oui. 2-1, 2 on. Bases loaded. Base hit will win it. And Bernard says, not right now. Yeah, they're in 4th right now. Easley sees the pitch. Outside, gets away! Here comes Wheeler, ball game! And the Marauders win it 5-4 on a walk-off pass ball. Could have been over 2 innings ago, but hey, a little extra time here on senior night. Back with the postgame show on CSR after this.
In-Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In-Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services.
In-Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In-Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In-Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during those games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. The Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShotboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShotboxDFW.com today. ShotboxDFW.com.
Final score from Marauder Field and Flower Mound. The Marauders beat the Plano Wildcats 5-4 in extra innings. Had to go 9, but it was well worth it as the Marauders now run their record to 19-5. I want to thank Kevin Sparkman, for running the camera out front. Everyone here in the press box for all their help. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up since it's late tonight. It's a victory for the Marauders. Second place in the district playoffs will start soon. Thanks for joining us here on CSR TV. For everyone here at Marauder Baseball, Doug Branch signing off from Flower Mound. Have a great evening.
Keep on